Scorpio, you are up for the April Tarot Energy Reading. Before I go any further, KIRWKC.com. Also, for this reading, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's not your story, don't try to make it fit. I'm just a person sitting here reading energy and tarot cards. You know your story better than I ever could. Now that I've said all of that, let me go ahead and get the Oracle deck. I'm using the Sign of the Times Oracle, which I just bought this deck a day ago. So, yeah, and then I'll use a regular tarot deck to clarify. Let's get into the reading. May I have the energy for Scorpio for, I almost said October again. What is going on with October for Scorpio and Libra? Okay, so you may also, some of you might have Libra in your chart, or you might be a cusp where you're Scorpio, Libra, you're in October Scorpio. So yeah, something of significance may be happening for you in the month of October. More than likely, like Libra, it will be based off of your actions from April moving forward. So that's what, a 6-month period. We just had a full moon in Leo. Pretty sure it was it was a full moon in Virgo. So that makes sense. So yeah, we're having a full moon in Libra. I know everybody's like, what's going on here? I'm charting stuff right now. We're having a full moon in Libra in April because it had a full moon in Virgo in March. Usually when people do like their rituals or their manifestations and stuff, it's usually from the full moon to the new moon or the new moon to the full moon of that sign. So it's a full moon in Libra. The new moon in Libra will happen late September and then going into October. So yes, more than likely, whatever you're doing this month, your actions that you set up in April, they will be reflected in October. Keep that in mind. Just throwing that out there. All right. Energy for Scorpio for April. Energy for Scorpio for April. Energy for Scorpio for April. What is it that Scorpio needs to hear? What is it that Scorpio needs to hear? What is it that Scorpio needs to hear? This love card keeps coming out in a lot of readings. Lots of love. Let's talk about it. Doesn't have to be romance. It can be other types of love too. There's more than just one type of love. So keep that in mind too. All right. May I have some cards for Scorpio, please? What is it that Scorpio needs to hear? Thank you. 2 cards came out. Bottom of the deck, healing. Some of you might be going through some healing. Some of you might have had surgery or something like that and now you're healing. Again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but you're definitely, some of you are going through a healing period. So keep that in mind. Now, the Stars card has come out, Divine Guidance. Divine Guidance is what you will be receiving. And it's interesting, Scorpio, because one thing that signifies, your card in the tarot deck is the Death card, which signifies transformation. And the butterfly is usually the thing used as an example of transformation. This butterfly card is out and this is saying metamorphosis. So you're changing, and I feel like this change is guided. Now, for some of you, again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. For some of you, I feel like there may have been an event, a life event, that affected you physically. And maybe in other ways too, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. There was some type of event that affected you, which now you're recovering from. And that event has changed your outlook on things. Now you're receiving divine guidance and you're changing something about you. Whether it's your eating habits, whether it's if you drink or not, whether it's if you work 12 hours a day versus 8 hours a day, something about your habit or habits are changing. And it's being divinely guided. And so far, I'm leaning toward the title, A Divinely Guided Change. Again, take what resonates, leave what does not. Let me get some cards and see what we have here. Can we clarify the energy on the table? Can we clarify the energy on the table? Can we clarify the energy on the table? What is it that Scorpio needs to hear? What is it that Scorpio needs to hear? What is it that Scorpio needs to hear? Knight of Wands at the bottom of the deck. This is about passion. It can also be about travel. Now, the Knight of Wands can sometimes be non-committal. So when you're talking about love or something like that, if the Knight of Wands shows up, yes, they can be passionate, they can be dedicated at times. At other times, they can be wishy-washy. I feel like for some of you, you're passionate to make this change, whatever this change is, that you're being divinely guided to do. But you may be on the fence sometimes. You're like, okay, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. I'm going to stick to this diet plan. Or I'm gonna put in some resumes this week to get the new job that I want, or whatever, and then you might get a little exhausted after a while, and it's like, oh, do I really want to do this? That type of thing. So yeah, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Can we have some more cards clarifying the energy on the table? But I do feel for some of you, this is going to take you to other places, like physically take you to other places. Okay, that's too many. I can't accept all those. But I'll tell you the one at the bottom. 3 of Wands, ships coming in. Okay. So with this one we have, something is going to change. You have 5 of Pentacles, which can be lacking, left out in the cold, going without. Also, it can be depression as well. But there's going to be some news that comes in. 8 of Wands, fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There's going to be some news that comes in, some type of communication, also some type of movement. 8 of Wands is a travel card too. Bottom of the deck, Justice. This is Libra energy. Going back to October, some of you could be dealing with the Libra as well. Now, something's going to come in your favor. Now for those of you, again, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I'm covering different timelines here. For those of you where this life event has something to do with the courts, like God forbid, let's say you got a DUI or something like that. And now you're trying to change your life, stop drinking as much, whatever. But from that incident that happened, it still requires you to go to court and get everything sorted out. And I'm not not a licensed attorney or anything like that. I'm just reading the cards and energy. This is telling me that this news is more than likely in your favor. Where you were feeling like, oh my God, I'm feeling left out. I'm also depressed because I don't know what to do. I don't feel like anybody's on my side. There's going to be some communication that comes in that's going to say, okay, we're going to let you slide a little bit, as in it's not going to be as severe as one might think. Will there be a punishment? Yes. But the punishment will not be as severe as one might think. With the Justice card. All right. Now, for others of you, this can just be about karma. Where karma may finally be balancing out in your favor, where you felt left out with certain things, you felt lack in certain areas, and now this communication comes in, and you're finding out there's balance being brought to your life, which is what justice is. It's about balance. You see she's holding the scales right here. May I have some more cards, please? Anything else that Libra needs, not Libra, Scorpio, Libra's on my mind now, that Scorpio needs to hear? See what these are. Thank you. Wow. Yeah, you're leaving it behind. I'm hearing turn that frown upside down is what's going to be happening. For some of you, you're going to be working on stuff. You're going to be researching. Some of you, don't overwork yourself, Scorpio. Because Ten of Wands is about working really, really hard. Also, Ten of Wands can be about the end of a tough cycle. But I feel with the Eight of Pentacles here and the Page of Swords, I feel you're doing research on something and learning things that will be able to benefit you as a person, that will also guide you on this metamorphosis, on this change, is what I feel. Like you're working really hard to make a difference, especially with the Art to Change, especially with the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. You're gathering as much information as possible because you want to learn. You want to learn how to be a better person, is what you're doing. This is Page of Pentacles. This is about learning. Some of you will be learning a new trade. Some of you will be learning how to become business owners. This particular reading is about change. That is what this is about. It doesn't necessarily have to be about change where some type of incident happened and because it happened, there's a change. This could be divinely guided just for being divinely guided without any triggering thing to take you down that path. Some of you honestly want to change and you're looking for something different. And I feel with this Page of Pentacles here, you're going to get something different because you're seeking for it. You're seeking it. You're seeking it out, which is why the Five of Cups is in the reverse. The sadness isn't there. So yeah, I'm titling this Divinely Guided Changes because that's what you're doing. You're changing. And for some of you, it may be due to an incident that happened where it affected your health or whatever. Regardless, the change is happening and it's going to be in your favor. This is good energy. All right, that is your message. KIRWKC.com, main podcasting platform. Until next time, Scorpio, be blessed.